What's up, my YouTube family? Sergeant Graybeard back with another Division 2 video. Today is Tuesday, March 23rd, and as always, I hope this message finds you healthy and safe. In today's video, my friends, we're going to be going over the weekly vendor resets for DC, New York, and the Dark Zones. We're going to talk about the new global event Golden Bullet that began, and we're also going to give you a few friendly reminders we feel you should be doing every Tuesday. Now, if you happen to be new here, first of all, welcome. Secondly, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. And if you enjoyed this or found it helpful at all, take a quick second and hit that like button. It really does help us out. So today marks the return of the global event Golden Bullet. Now, one reminder for new and returning players is that the West Side League is still going on for another week, and your progression should transfer from last week to this week. So Golden Bullet goes on for 1 week, and in my opinion, it's the best global event that we've had. Your character is extremely powerful, it's so much fun to use, and there happen to be a lot of rewards you can pick up along the way. Now for the new and returning players, I'll give you a quick breakdown. The entire point of this event is to earn stars, and doing so is not only going to increase your reward tier, but it also gives you the opportunity to buy things from the global event vendor. You can get those stars in one of two ways. You can either complete the daily challenges, which you can see here go on for the first 4 days, or just a reminder, you will also gain a star for every shade level that you gain while the event is active. Which brings me to a very important detail, my friends. You have to activate the global event in order to earn those stars. You can see here, all you do is press X, the global event will be activated, and you'll see so at the top of the page. Now, if you don't enjoy the event, you can always deactivate this anytime you want, and one thing to show you is on this page now, if you press the right trigger, you can fast travel to a seasonal vendor. That way you can spend your stars. Today also happens to be the day that the weekly projects reset. It gives you 3 ways to gain exotic caches in the game. You have your weekly summit project where you have to complete 30 floors on the summit on any difficulty. You also have the weekly shade requisition where you donate some stuff, you'll get an exotic cache that way. And for those of you that have the ability to, you also have the weekly legendary mission, and that will give you an exotic cache as well. Moving on, I'd now like to show you the location of the Snitch. Now, for those of you that may not know, the Snitch is how you gain access to the gunrunner, Cassie Mendoza, who becomes available every Wednesday. Now, as most of you know, there are multiple locations on the map in which the Snitch can be found. This one is my favorite. You know, it's right by the 1040 safe house. I use this one every week. I recommend if you get here and he's not there, just reset your control points and he should show up within 1 or 2 attempts. Once you've spoken to the Snitch, you're going to see a timer on the screen giving you a countdown on when she's going to show up. You'll also see an icon as well on where her location's going to be. Finally, for those of you that have been asking, the breakdown for the invaded missions this week are as follows. You have the Federal Emergency Bunker, DCD Headquarters, and the Potomac Event Center, and clearing those will gain you access to Roosevelt Island and Tidal Basin. Having said that, my friends, let's now get into the weekly vendor reset. You guys know how I do this. I kind of rip through them, but I will definitely point out items I think are definite must-buys. Starting off, as always, at the vendor in the White House, we have a backpack there. We have a really nice SMG here, and keep in mind, for players that are new or just returning, you definitely want to keep a lookout for anything that can improve not only your build, but also your recalibration library. That is why I strongly recommend when you're going through the vendors, really take your time, because there could be an attribute that could be improved. You may be missing, a certain talent in your inventory, so really go through these one by one. Making our way to the clan vendor, still in the White House, we have Fox's Prayer knee pads. These are definite must-buys. If you do not have them as yet, pick them up. It is by far one of the best items to have for any rifle build. Next, we had a True Patriot backpack. We have a hardwired mask. Nothing too impressive there. Same thing with this body armor. It's pretty good. Again, it's all relative. If it's something that can improve your anything in this game, definitely pick it up. Continuing on, we had a Marksman Rifle. Pretty nice SMG right there. Really nice LMG here. And it's unfortunate that, sometimes 2 of the stats are a little lower. Ooh, nice classic M1A as well. I would re-roll the talent, I think. I'd want something different on there. We have a mask, knee pads, and then mods and skill attachments. Now making our way to the campus, let's see what we have as we roll up to the vendor today. We have the named LMG Carnage, pretty decent roll there. Again, one thing I wish is you could roll those perfect talents into your library. That would be absolutely awesome. Anyway, moving on, we had a Marksman Rifle, LMG, pretty decent mask there, holster, and then more mods and skill attachments. And once again, my friends, I'm going over them real quick because I don't want to bore you, but really take your time when you're looking. You could find something that you've been looking for a while. Now on to the theater. We have the contractor's gloves, another item. If you do not have those, definitely pick them up. Next, we have a pretty decent shotgun, pretty decent rifle. Again, everything is kind of just right at that 60% mark when you add everything up. Some gloves, some knee pads, more mods and skill attachments. Now let's make our way to the first Dark Zone West. So as most of you know, because I've said it in multiple videos, I don't really go into the Dark Zone that often. Wow, these are great gloves. If you don't have them and you have those DZ credits, I definitely recommend picking these up. They are extremely effective with an SMG build. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, I don't typically farm for things in the Dark Zone only because there are a few steps in which you need to take in order to get the resources, which is what allows you to buy things from these vendors. Now, for those of you that are new to the game or just returning or may not know, in order to get Dark Zone resources, you need to go into the Dark Zone. You're going to face NPCs. They drop weapons, items, things like that. You then break those down and you get those resources. Then you have to extract those resources in order to actually be able to spend them. And one thing I want to point out really quick as we get to DZ South is the fact that the Dark Winter, which, you can see you can buy it here, that is in your seasonal reward track right now that we're replaying Season 1. So for those of you that may not have it, as you get through the season, that is a definite guaranteed item. Again, getting back to what I was saying a moment ago, for me, when I go to these Dark Zone vendors, I'm looking for Dark Zone exclusive items, so I don't need to go into the Dark Zone and try to farm for them. In my opinion, the DZ loot hasn't been the best quality, so therefore, for me, I'd much rather farm for things in the open world. And as we make our way to New York and the final two vendors, one thing I want to mention a lot of you are asking is that the clan vendor is the same for both DC and New York, so whichever one you go to, you're going to find the same items. Having said all of that, my friends, I'm going to start to wrap this video up. As always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your continued support. I am really excited that this global event is back. It's so much fun. As always, please do me a favor, give me your feedback. Let me know what you think of this thing as well. As far as the rest of the schedule goes for this week, I'll be putting out a farming video tomorrow on how to get the chatterbox. A lot of you have reached out in regards to that. I'm going to be doing one for the chameleon as well. We're going to have another build video. So again, lots of stuff to look forward to. And please let me know if you're having any issues in the game. Let me know if I can help you out in any way. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of what we're doing. If you enjoyed this, you can hit that like button as well. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.